It is now almost 6 months since the Nigerian government hired a lobbying firm, some lobbyists. They shall hire person shall. If you remember correctly, that there were tweets made by the president of the United States saying that the Nigerian government is just sitting by and watching Christians being killed. And in response to that, the federal government thought it wise to hire a foreign body in Washington known as DCI to represent and lobby the image of the country Nigeria to the US and make them see that, oh, this is not what is happening on ground, as opposed to actually tackling those issues that are on ground. We were concerned about image, forgetting that image is organic. If he didn't day, he didn't day. If he day, he day. You understand? When you take care of the inside, then the outward reflects good. That's why some people say you are what you eat, because what you intake, your intake, now I'm beginning to sound like a minister. Your intake determines your outtake, your your outflow or your outpouring. So I feel like we should have been more concerned, or we should still be more concerned about the internal affairs, even though I did a video in that regard. I mean, I studied international relations and I also have a master's in diplomacy and strategic studies. So these things are not new to me. One of the things that I said at the time in the video that I made was that isn't that the duty of ambassadors? Probably because we didn't have ambassadors appointed at the time, but we could have still had envoys. We could still have had, things going on for us. That's exactly why you don't put the cart before the horse. You have to always think ahead. That's what a thinking government does. You need great representation as soon as you assume power. If we had thought of those things ahead of time, in response to whatever statements were made, we would already have had ambassadors to be able to, speak or share or have meetings or hold meetings and go to the White House, because that's exactly what ambassadors do. They represent nations in an host nation's capital. That's essentially one of the duties of an ambassador or of ambassadors, so that communication is direct in representation when matters arise, because matters will always arise. So back to the contract with the lobbying firm, which was for $9 million. Taxpayers' money generated probably by our FDI or whatever it is, that could have been put to attack these same issues that made the president tweet in the first place. You see what I'm saying, right? I fear will no fear some kind of thought processes, to be honest. And the payment was supposed to be made in two batches of $4.5 million. That is at $750,000 per month times six. That gives you 4.5. And then that after 6 months, the contract automatically renews. But if the contract is not going to renew, there must have been some form of writing, I think at least 30 days to the end of the contract. So we haven't heard anything. So it's two things right now. It's either the federal government is getting ready to pay another $4.5 million if they haven't canceled that agreement 30 or probably 60 days prior. I think it's 30 when I read it in December. I remember just a little bit. So if they haven't canceled their contract, then they are getting ready to pay another $4.5 million. That's if they haven't even paid it already, just for image, just for what I call Photoshop of the government. Like, just look at me. This is not what is really going on. We can't continue to cheat these things. We can't continue to cheat our way to power or sustainable development and wealth. Nigeria can never be better than Nigerians. Nigeria will always be a reflection of what Nigerians are facing. There is no amount of painting, contouring, makeup that can be done to our leaders in power or to those even trying to assume power. No this and no peace. If you really want your impact to be felt, you gotta do the work. You have to do the work. Leaders, they go to you, they give you this X amount that just lasts you for that day, but that doesn't really solve anything. It doesn't trickle down. It's just the surface. So we've been doing a surface approach. It's like even when you drive on the roads, they just fill the potholes. They don't do like deep work to make sure that the roads can last longer. That's exactly how we are playing politics and leadership, and it shouldn't be so. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. It's about to be another 6 months. Your money is about to go. Another 4.5 million, not naira, US dollars. Try. God bless Nigeria. Don't be violent.